in through Meta Views, of course. We are. So, welcome everyone. Where you at? I don't know if I can see anybody doing any what you call it, the chat, right? Let me. This is a new format, everyone. This is a new format. I hope I don't mess it up because I'm not tech savvy at all. All right, we are live. We are YouTubing and we are doing a different format. And I welcome you all. And I hope everybody have been fun. I can't see the chat thing, so I don't even know how to do this. So I can't say anything at all because I can't see the chat thing. But we are gonna go ahead and we're testing out this because, as you know, from Sunday night that we're using this new thing. The rain wet me up and mess up the whole of me here. Oh, the mercy poor me. And we are now testing out this. So I hope we are live. I'm gonna have some fun. When I come and see, I come to have fun, you know. I mean, we come to talk about stuff, but I have to have fun talking about the stuff that we want to talk about. All right, so we are live and we are YouTubing. How are you doing, everybody? Everybody good? I promise you I still have a number. I have a number that you all can call, but I don't ready to give it to me yet because on a finger happy with the calling and stuff. And we have a few things we want to get through tonight. And we just want to say how fast we can get through those things. Welcome to this platform is MetaViews. It is going to be a new platform from which we stream, both myself and JPU and 411. Thank you all for tuning in on Sunday. We're going to do it again next Sunday. We hope that as we go along, we get better at it. If you have any input that you want us to include in anything, please do not hesitate to get in touch and touch base with us and let us talk about it and put things on and so on. But before we go into the meat of the matter, can somebody link up Senator Sapphire for me, no? Senator Sapphire, you know that lovely Senator Sapphire. Can somebody get a link up for me, please? Because Mercat is having a meltdown. Him need help. Peter Mercat Bunting needs help. So somebody link up Senator Sapphire for me, no? I wonder if Senator Sapphire want to call into the program and offer some help to never mind about that. That's just me chatting crap. But Mercat, I don't understand you. You're having a meltdown, man. Your new name is Slumdog Millionaire. Well, a princess name is Slumdog. I'm just adding the millionaire thing to it because there was a movie called Slumdog Millionaire. One best movie and best director in 2009, I think. Yeah, Slumdog Millionaire. Yeah, was about an Indian youth that enter some the Indian version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He lived in the slum of Mumbai. I think it's Mumbai in India. It was a very funny and very a very good movie. Not a classic, not a great, brilliant written movie, but it was a good movie. A good movie to watch if you want to watch Slumdog Millionaire. The name alone fit Mercat. Well, I hope the JLP candidate in South Manchester start using it. Carl Bunting, Slumdog Millionaire, because that's what he is. And somebody asks the beautiful Senator Sapphire if she can give me a check up for me, no? Give me a link so I go on with him and give a diagnosis, some medication, something, to help him. So let us move along. Start by offered our condolences to the family of Dr. Winston Davidson, Winty. I never knew Winty died, and Winty was my daughter's doctor, right up from she born till she about 9. Winty was our doctor, and he was the ultimate doctor with an edge, And I want to send condolences to his 2 daughters, who I haven't seen or spoken to for many, many moons. I imagine them a big woman now, so if them hear that, sorry about your daddy. Winty was a good guy, one of those good guys that, that man don't really make anymore. I want to also send out condolences to the family of Errol Jiggs Ennis. Boy, Jiggs. Served Portland for nearly 20 years in West Portland as a member of parliament, and was an excellent member of parliament. Jiggs was member of parliament back in the day when member of parliament actually served people. Jiggs was one of those member of parliament that him don't leave, him did it. Nobody can, nobody never, when we go over West Portland and having conversations with people or meetings and why you have anything out there, Jiggs is always there. I'm going to send out that picture with Jiggs. I know, start a meeting. I have that picture. We'll send it out back. Jiggs is always there. Never a YO meeting in West Portland that Jiggs miss. Never. And Jiggs' argument is that for him, it means some new voters have come to him. So it was a consummate politician. I want to say to Jiggs' family, truly send out my heartfelt condolences to you. And his brother, particularly one of his brother who is a regular visitor to the ice cream shop, and I always bring the whole line kids, them, Joseph coats of many colors, all of them, and buy a whole heap of ice cream. And take it easy, boss. If I knew when you had the grave digging, I would have come. I would have come to the grave digging. Grave digging is fun in Portland. I understand that Jiggs is going to be buried in Maroon Town because Jiggs was an honorary Maroon. Jiggs was so good to the Maroon community in West Portland that they named him an honorary Maroon. And that's where I believe they're going to bury him. And we shall miss politicians like Jiggs, great guy. Michelle, I am trying to figure out if you sent me all the names of the people that we met, or at least a good a small list, and maybe I could remember some of them. All right, so I want to send out a big shout out. Our first stop on the resistance tour. We're not talking about the tour yet, but I want to heal up some people first. There's this young woman named Nika that works at the Yam Factory. Nika, it was so wonderful to talk to you and get an idea of how the Yam Factory work and how it helped the community. Thank you so much for that. It was lovely meeting you. And Pansy, who works at the police station, who is a single mother, who schooled 2 boys, both of whom are taking care of her now. And she spoke so glad and happy about the fact that she raised these 2 boys and them taking care of her and all the rest of it. So I am so glad about that for you, Pansy. I'm going to just slide this window because I don't think it. There we go. So I want to heal up Pansy on that. I also want to heal up the most. Oh yeah, Pansy work at the Kendall police station. I want to also heal up Amanda. And when we met Amanda, so I said, so what do you do, Amanda? Amanda said, I'm an entrepreneur. Just like that. Said with such pride. So I asked, what are you entrepreneuring? And she said, oh, buying and selling. That was funny. Big up yourself, Amanda. Keep entrepreneuring and build your business. And, you have a goal. And we know what that is. And we support that. And of course, we told you if there's anything we can do to help you, please don't hesitate to link us, you know. Michelle, I think we're leaving out one of the young fellas this you send me, you know. I know Tavon, I know Jaden, and I know Troy. But a lie is two, it's three. But we met the next guy, who is Damien. Damien is the electrician who I put on to an electrician so that he can get some electrical work. He just graduated from high school and he was an electrician, and that is what I'm interested in. And so I put him on to one of the biggest electricians in Kingston, and them to work all over the country. So Damien should be all right going forward. Tavon. Tavon is the one that runs a little business, and boy, Tavon, Jaden, and Troy. Now in that group of young men, Troy is the teacher, the professor, the educator, the one who pretty much have everything together. I've never met a group of young men who seem to have it all together. I don't know if you remember that movie with Adam Sandler and who was it again? Jennifer Aniston. That movie named Just Go With It. Yeah, with she pretending to be his wife and her two children pretending to be his two kids. And there was a scene in that movie where Adam was having, lunch or something with the two kids, and he said to them, who do you admire the most? And of course, the girl, she into acting and she wanted to be an actress and she's doing all kind of things. But the young fellow said that the person that he admires the most, and he named the man. It happens that the man was a mailman. And Adam said to him, the mailman? And he said, yes. He said, why? And he said, boy, the mailman just look like him have it all together. So he is my hero. So these young men, I mean, them have it all together. Jaden looks like an older version of my grandson, so I kind of adopted him. And Troy and Tavan, boy, them are the mouthpieces. Them have a whole heap of argument about a whole heap of things. We're going to share some of it with you tonight, if we can. But man, them have a whole heap of things. I mean, we were glued. We were just glued to learn so much, to gather so much information from an entire parish, from 4 young men. It's an amazing thing. One of the most information-filled trip we have taken so far. And boy, when I'm done with you feel like you were transported there and could actually see and feel the problems, and actually see and feel the progress, and actually see and feel the pain, and whatever, however, whatever they were telling us and how it all play out. And so I just want to big you up tonight, gentlemen. I know Jaden watching, and Troy, I don't know about Tavern, because him seem to have it all together so much that him probably had different vibes. But as we said, gentlemen, we're coming back to see you soon. We promise. I promise. We have spoken to them, I have spoken to them since a number of times. And when we reach it, the tour, I will tell you how we're speaking to them. Now, I want to revisit. I know that every day as we go along, the news becomes different. There's all kind of things breaking, and you have to catch those things. And me here get right up to this. So for those who came for the here, don't make a fuss about it. I know that some came for the drama, but and the news is not something we can keep up with, because every day something new happens. Because here America gone, don't have a thing to talk about, can't talk about what Mark's plans are for the country, can't talk about what policies him looking to put into place should he become again our national security minister. And he went and stepped right into it and showed the entire Jamaica that he's having a mental breakdown. There's no other way to explain why Peter Murcutt Bunting, the slumdog millionaire, said what he said. There's no, it must be that he's stressed out, he's depressed, he just can't seem to get it together, because he don't even sound himself. I don't even listen carefully to the audio and watch him turning around to talk to the people on the podium instead of talking to the people in front of him. And I know there is a tendency when you speak to also address the people who are sitting behind you and beside you. But in a political forum, you must always be talking to the people in front of you. The people them on the stage or on the platform behind you and beside you, them unimportant in the scheme of things. So when you're on a political platform, concentrate on those in front of you. A them know the work, a them are the workers, a them are the voters, a them are going to bring out the workers, a them know what going, a them you come to talk to. But every time you turn and make that deep turn that he made such deep turns talking and even call out Mario, who is inside Dick, that he talk to him all the time, you know. Mario kind of looking for validation and him looking for people to agree with him and him looking for people to say, yeah, boss, you're doing well. All of that suggests that he's not well. And I know that you're a man, Mercat, that strive on certain delicacies and certain pleasures of life, and those things have helped you to shape who you are. And I said it last week, if you not get nothing big now and feeling your usual sphere of things, give me a shout. Let me hook you up, you know. If I mean, I said last week, and a couple of young ladies called me and told me they would like to be involved. So we can't just put it out there a bunch of time. When you put things out there, nobody can't choose you have nothing because it's out there. Yeah, you're not hiding nothing. So if you want to arrange up something, I don't know, a foursome, a fifthsome, whatever, give me a call, man. Because you look like you need to release some stress. And for some strange reason, it gone to your head. And you gone out, you gone talk things you're supposed to talk. So it is a serious matter, Mercat. We're going to talk about that some more, but I want to touch quickly on Jamaicans for Justice and the young lady, Michaela, what's her name is. I think I wrote it down somewhere. Let me see if I can find her name so that I can make sure I am not mispronouncing her name. And Miss Michaela something. I am sure that's her name. So let me see now. I'm sure I out of mercy, don't look like I did. Yes, I did. Here we are. The executive director of Jamaicans for Justice is Mikel. Oh, I thought it was Michaela. See, lucky thing. Mikel Jackson. And Miss Mikel, you're a young woman. And when we spoke about Jamaicans for Justice last week, I did not know you said this, which is why I am revisiting it. Because even though there are so many things going on and every day something new come up, the truth of the matter is those things, some of those things are unimportant to what is needed to ensure that Mark Golding does not become Prime Minister of this country. And people have to know that even when you go off on some of those things for the fun of it, and to show a man like Mercat getting mad, clearly, that you have to also focus on the things that are important. And Miss Mikel Jackson, because I'm sure somebody tell you that I beat you up last week, in a good way. And Miss Mikel Jackson, I never knew she said that she called out that impressive young man, Marlon Morgan, and was chiding him for asking Jamaicans to wear blue in support of the police while she was out there supporting criminals. And she chided Marlon Morgan for that. And when I saw it, I said, what the hell? Somebody needs to talk to this young woman, because it appears that they have taken her as a young woman and threw her into something that she's ill-equipped to handle and ill-equipped to manage, so much so that she believes that she can go out there and orchestrate $1 million protest with 100 people and collect our millions for that. And then nobody should have a counter protest in support of our good police officers. And I'm saying good, not supporting the bad ones, supporting our good police officers. And Mikel, you're a young woman, and I don't want to beat you up, because I think somebody like you have a lot to offer the country and to develop and to help, instead of being thrust into this position that you truly don't have no idea what you're saying and what you're doing. And I don't know if the people who gave you this position, them didn't train you. I'm sure you have some education, but surely you have no training in how to handle this. Because you have the right to go there and talk about criminals and support criminals. But you are believing that some of us don't have the right to go there and support the police. Where you get that from, young lady? That's not how this works. It's supposed to be a counter protest. As a matter of fact, if it was up to me, you'd have a set of people over there and will out to talk about things. The Jamaican for Justice argument, as I said last week, is simple. That could it be, Mikel, that Mikel is in here. Mikel, please forgive me when I mess it up. I don't mean to mess up your name, Mikel. The Jamaicans for Justice under your leadership, Mikel, don't seem to have a grasp of what are the real problems in communities. And when you as an organization that call yourself, that have justice in the word, as a word in your name, justice as a word in your name that describe you, it explain what you are and what you do. And when you have that in your name and you don't understand what it is, then your last resort is protest. And when your last resort becomes protest, it means that you are incompetent because you cannot manage the issues, so you go straight to protest. And that is what we're talking about with you. You're going straight to protest without addressing issues, and you get millions of dollars every year from various places, and you have not invested any of that in communities to avert some of the problems that were created to give you the opportunity to go protest. Because that's hard enough, Mikel. That is hard. It's hard to be in an inner city community, and I'm telling you that because I've lived in one since I was 9 years old. I have lived through when we have to walk with the children. Well, first, when my mother have to walk with us to the bus stop, or walk with us to pathway to school, past the greater dangers to school, and then after my mother, me and my sisters have to walk in groups to make sure we got each other. And then afterwards, we have to walk the children to bus stop or walk them past some danger zones before we let them go and we come back home. We live it, Miguel. It's hard. So it's hard for you and the Jamaican for Justice crew to actually go into communities and help them with problems that would alleviate some of the killing of them. And the killing of them is basically because they chose a path. And if you had started where you should have started, then maybe some of them would still be alive today. And I give you an example of that. A little youth where always exalt himself by him poor mother, and she don't know what to do, and mash it, and he would slap her up, and he would chop her up, and well, woman, me would kill you, and all the rest of it. And he always look miserable and distressed. And most people just kind of avoid him. And one day I saw him in a pretty good setting. He never looked so miserable and so distressed. And the Holy Spirit moved me and I called him. And when he came to me, I told him I didn't call him for anything particular. I hugged him tightly and kissed him and tell him that he have a future ahead of him, and he is a good youth, and he is nice looking, and he just need to take it down a notch and let God work in his life and show him mother some love and stuff. And I tell you, I cried that day when him tell me, so she never hug him up yet. Do you know that, Mikel? Do you know that lack of affection from his mother that was driving him crazy? And because it was driving him crazy, every time she said I'm doing it, aggravating him while he car down, and she don't know. She don't know, and him don't know how to express it. Those are areas that you can help in, Mikel. Those are areas you can help in, because maybe, just maybe, not saying that my one hug and my consistent talking to him and helping him out and guiding him and write letters for him and send him up, do an interview and put things together for him. I'm not saying that is going to keep him away from whatever his destiny is. I'm saying that I'm doing my part. I am saying that if it wasn't for organization like the one I started, from I was young, Newman Lines, in Jews-land. Half the wars that took place in Jews-land would never have ended. But when I started that organization, I started bringing people together in the communities. I started, and that's not just Jews-land, Samarkand, Balcom Drive, over Dust, down a Waterhouse, Marvelly. People come and join Newman Lines. And what did we do, Michael? Nothing special. Or maybe back in you go back in history, you could say we did something special, but to me it wasn't anything special. We had seminars. We had seminars on violence in the home. We had seminars on how to mother and child seminars, where you have a whole session dealing with mother, a whole session dealing with children, and then you bring them together. I'm sorry, Mrs. Ludan is not alive. She was our most, she was here all the time. She come for everything. For we invite her to one thing, she came to everything. Maxine and Wilson, Burchell, Whiteman, Mr. Holness as our MP when he became MP, Ronnie Thwaites, and various people from the Ministry of Health, various people from the Ministry of Education, various people from the children's, whatever it was at the time. They came and they helped us put it all together in terms of how we're going to deal with our community and the violence. And that in itself helped a lot of young men and women too, where people were given opportunities. I remember when Mr. Holness came to the launch of Newman Lines. We had Mr. Holness, we had Maxine Enwood, we had Ronnie Thwaites, we had when we had Garnet Roper, we had Mrs. Gludan, we had people from Ministry of Education, and we were no big wig, we just a normal organization that wrote letters. That's all I did. Wrote letters to these places, asking the Ministry of Health to send somebody, asking the Ministry of Education to send somebody. And that is how it all started, and it never cost us over money. But what cost us money, we got the money. We got the money from our local business places. Pete's, the pharmacies, Tankwell, to them really much what we got from them. All our small businesses in the community that helped. And when we're doing big events, biscuit company, Berger, all the major big business them down Spanish Town and them ends. We walked, we dropped off letters, we asked for help in what we were doing. It helped, Michael. It helped. Now, can you imagine all that millions that you're getting? How you could help instead of protest, which is a last resort? And when you have to, let me repeat it. When protest is your last resort, it means that you are incompetent to do anything before the protest. Because the protest is your last resort. And the protest should be that you're failing at the other things. But in your case, Michael, it appears you never even tried. It appears you never even tried. I can't bother, you know. Can't be bothered. But Jews-land is good. I have to start up now. We have a little thing going. We have one little thing. I was on the phone with some people this morning. I had to mute the call and make them go and talk. Because I have issues to deal with. Some mornings I have court. Yes, some mornings I have court. Community court. Matters to solve between 2 and 3 people. Some mornings I have to deal with pharmacy issues. People to get medication. Who you gonna get asked to go down any place. So if you go down at 4 o'clock in the morning, go sit down with. We have those things. These are things, Michael, that you need to look at. All that millions of dollars that you get from all of these international organizations could help. Put some of that money into that. Go into communities. Go find out the problem. Help with the problem before you have to go protest about the problem. But no, you jumping straight into protest about a problem that you never attempt to solve. Do you see the issue? Michael, you see the problem I talk about? You see it? That's what I talk about. So when I saw this thing where you were telling Marlon Morgan about him shouldn't, basically saying that why you calling people to support the police? You're mad because somebody look at you want to see Dr. Langmore. Well, you have to call, set up an appointment for you with Sapphire because the whole of look like you're losing their mind. I think, Mikhail, that like everybody else, you just want to put your name on the board as one of those who messing around with the election thing. You want to have a say in it, and you want to have a little part in it and all the rest of it, and you want to put your name. But go find something else, man. Go find something else, because the next time you come out here to come protest about anything about the police, I need for you to bring with you the mothers, the baby mothers, the grandmothers, and some fathers and uncles and children if you can find them. Because that was conspicuously missing from your thing, or conspicuously missing. Do you know why you could only protest with some people you organize, but you couldn't get the mothers, the baby mothers? I mean, no, they mustn't out the ball in a hole in them belly with you. Do you know why that is, Mikhail? Because I think you know why that is either. That, Mikhail, is because them tired of it. They are sick and they are tired of it. Them just can't manage it anymore. Them talk to the boy till them fool. Him want clocks to go to school, she buy him clocks. Him want extra money because he want to buy ganja, she give him the extra money. Them tired of it, Mikhail. Them now hold them belly and ban them belly and ball about a boy were dead because him get himself that something and police kill him. Nobody not doing that anymore because them know. They know who their sons are. They know what their sons are doing. They know who them nephews and them brothers. They know. And they have, basically took a sigh of relief and said, well, I just send me the head, so I can't bother kill up myself about it. But, Mikhail, if you were in the community with all those millions of dollars, you probably could have saved one or two. Just one. If you're going out one community in a Kingston, you could save one in each community. We're not asking to save all of them. We save a couple. We were just lucky. We did some things, yes, but I think we were basically lucky. It's just that we invite God to live in Jerusalem, and he took the invitation and he never move. So we have that here in Jerusalem. We invited Jesus down here and we tell him to stay and him stay. So we are blessed and we are lucky, but also we have put things in place that will sustain us. So any little fool take up some kind of gun and believe him can start some kind of big thing down here. So we have things in place. We have things in place to help them. We have things in place to help them not to even think about it. That's the case of a man still from think. But we have those, and those things cost very little, but everybody pitching. Everybody pitching. There's not going to be a youth that in the community now go to school and him now go to school because him pants tear up or him pants wash out and him want a pants. Him know him can go to several people. Several. It's not just me alone anymore. There was a time when it was just me. But it's not that anymore. Him can now go to several people. Him can come right at his gate. And him not calling me. Him calling Miss Susie. Him calling Miss Francine. Yeah. Him can go across the road and him talk to Damian. Him can go this one and can ask Miss Bev. Him can go up this one and ask for somebody else. He can wait for him to Paula and him can talk to Paula. It's a whole host of people that them have at their disposal that would not hesitate to say, why you not at school? My pants tube or the shoes mash up. So why you mad at them? All right. And somebody said to you, come back later. No, only for people. So let me advise you, Mikhail, as somebody who have been doing this longer than you, that protest is your last resort. And it's your last resort. And you took your last resort because you are incompetent. And you shouldn't be leading nothing with justice tonight because you don't even know what that means. You never know, you have a clue what that means. So I just wanted to reiterate that because the Jamaican for Justice thing, I don't want them to get comfortable and think them can come out here every 5 minutes, but they will come protest against the police then because in an election here. We better cut it out because we're Antonio, all out. We're Antonio, all out. And Bunting never come out there, come join you. You see that? Yeah, and him have issues. You know? Yes, we did. We did go down to the IC building, and we did say what we have to say and do what we have to do. And I just want to repeat that I am not expecting any response from Justice Beswick. She don't have to. I can tell her that she don't have to respond to me. But what Justice Beswick has to do is comply with what Minister Bartlett and Senator Johnson Smith asked her to do. And I am still waiting to get some word as to whether she has complied. Because if she has not complied, then Justice Beswick and I will continue our little dance, our master class of um, our master class of polite warfare, if you can call it that. Not cussing you off, just as basic, but my warfare with is a master class of politeness and respect. But it will be one of those. You know, the PMP has lost the entire plot as to what it takes for a political organization to make itself relevant enough for the voters of this country to take a look at you. Under normal circumstances, in any political climate like this, anywhere in the world, the opposition should be in an excellent position to reclaim government under normal circumstances. This is a, 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 a ripe political point now in this country where the opposition should be riding high. They should be, no matter, it should be a situation where no matter what the government does, them have them on the back foot. It should. But it is not. Not at all, not even in the least bit. Everybody having a meltdown about something. The pedophile Leighton, him can't show him face in the public anymore. Very rarely. You see him on a public platform trying to behave like a pig in lipstick and clean shirt. Trying. I forgive him that. He's trying to behave like a pig in lipstick and clean shirt. Mark is basically halfway missing going around the country because it's not costing him anything to go around the country because everybody else have to pay for fee going around the country. Him not pay for nothing. Him not buy a water. He believe that everybody should pay for whatever they want to do. Maybe they might buy him clothes to be never know. Because him not buy nothing. And him never interested in buying clothes before he must find as a dirty looking riff-raff white man until them tell him, say, I'm a leader of the PMP and he need new clothes. Then whether they buy it or they buy it. So him uninterested in the whole job of a political opponent. He's uninterested in that job. He's a political opponent and he's uninterested in the job. Clear lack of interest in it. And I don't know if that lack of interest is as a result of him seeing some writing on the wall, or I don't know if the Star of David appeared to him and tell him something we're going. And lately we hear that him saying that M can't win, but the PMP is a joke. Of course the PMP is a joke. The PMP is a joke. It is. Look what they did. They elected you. That's a joke. You know what else make them a joke? You running for leader of the party and the fee for that is 200,000. And you say somebody have to pay that, you not pay that. Of course the PMP is a joke. You run for leader and the fee for the the fee to say you run, they make it 200,000 because to make sure nobody can riff-raff can't say them want to run because them have the 200,000. And you not paid it. Somebody have to pay it for you. You not buy your own water, you not buy your own Lucas. Of course, them is a damn joke. And you are the man who say, me done make my money already. I have my money. I make my money already. So of course the PNP is a damn joke. And he's very uninterested in what is going on. And therefore, no matter what, all the things that he has proposed as to take over and telling people that when I'm your prime minister, and you know, your future prime minister, you know, I am going to do this and I'm going to do that. And there isn't one single person, a backup crew for him to repeat that and to point out what that is and to say, this is what we do. That can't catch. It not catch. Nobody wants to hear from you. What if this is how they lost the entire plot? Everything. I mean, even if you never have any of that, and you have a little bit of likability, you'd have a little steam. But nobody don't like you. Nobody likes any of you. And you can tell by Bunting's outburst, and you can tell by the pig how him behave from time to time. Nobody likes any of you. And the fact that you were able to hold on to some PNP people in constituencies and around the country is a miracle to me. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just people that look relevant and want to feel good about themselves and think that they will win something and want to be a part of whatever it is that they think they will win. So maybe it's all of that. But here we are. The last time Bunting sounded like he was having a meltdown was when he went to the Police Federation and basically ginning up the Federation to be them concentrating in a chaotic kind of way, but in a scattered kind of way. They're doing things to suggest that the police is biased and them want to, you know, the police is this. Mark alluded to it in his New Year's message. Bunting went down to the Police Federation to muscle up, you know, and everybody, something going on in them head about this police thing. And I think the JFJ, the Jamaicans for Justice people, have bought into that, and them infiltrate into those little mini organizations and give them a money and get them to chat crap and get them to go out there, go protest all kind of things that they've done and protesting. So all of that is there. Mr. Holness, I don't know how much time I must teach you guys this. Is that going to head tough the backside? Head tough. Andrew Michael Holness is the Prime Minister of Jamaica. You get that? Get that, Bunting. You and that schizophrenic half idiot on the Obia channel. Andrew Michael Holness is today, what date is it? 6th of May 2025, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Now, that comes in a whole heap of things, whole heap of perks. One of the perks that comes with is him can go to any damn thing he want to, even if the man may invite him. Do you understand that? Do any of you understand that? Because you're passing on information to an unsuspecting public, or to a dunce public, or to some PNP people who are looking for bad information to make themselves feel good, or to make themselves feel like them achieving something, or them accomplishing something. I want to listen to people pass on bad information too, no? I want to swallow it like it's good, clean, nice water. So all this has perks as Prime Minister. One of the perks is can't go to any funeral he wants. The man don't really have to invite him. I mean, for logistics reasons and other little reasons, you know, classy reasons, because it would be very un-British of him to just turn up a people's funeral. So it would be wise to say to somebody, I'm coming by the funeral, and let them know you're coming by the funeral. But in truth, he can't turn up any funeral he wants. Any funeral. Him is basically the mourner in chief of the country. Just like how him is the commander-in-chief for the army, him is also the mourner-in-chief. So he can turn for any funeral. He no need no invitation to it. He no crash nobody funeral. He can just turn up. Just so. Because he is the mourner-in-chief. I would advise him to do that. But I want to point out to you that basically him can. I mean, it would be wise for him to do it, but him can turn up at any funeral in consequence. But him can turn up at any funeral in the whole country if he want. A funeral like Bolt's father would be wise for him to, you know, for him to say I'm coming, or for them to say, could you come? And he would go. Now there's no way that he could have crashed the funeral because he named up on the paper, whatever you call it again, the program, to speak. Why it bothers you so much? Why it bothers you so much, Mercat? Because I know you're not getting whatever I'm saying I get. I'm telling you, you know, link me up and me hook you up. You know, so that's an easy thing for me. You know, me are good for that. And why is it so important for you, for the PNP, for Mercat, the slumdog millionaire, and Mark, who didn't go because he heard that Mr. Hole is going and Fee named that upon a program, and he never even got to Valenita Roberts' funeral. But him never go. Him never go. We figured out Mark long time, and I'm going to tell you why he would not go. But let's talk about why Bunting felt so heat over the fact that Mr. Olis went to Bolt's father's funeral. Why? I don't know. I have a theory though. I have a little theory about it. You know? You go there, you go on a platform, you talking to some PNP people that you want to convince that you are going to be in government next time, and the only damn thing that you could come up with is Mr. Olis going to Bolt's father's funeral, which is right as Prime Minister. For go to any funeral, he is the mourner-in-chief. He should go to more. We should see him in pictures with mothers and grandmothers and children crying and messing up his jacket. We should see that. Him is the mourner-in-chief. When things happen, the people will see him. When them a ball, mess up him jacket and bury him handkerchief. Him not master that art yet. I'm sure I'm going to get the award these days. Michael Manley was the mourner-in-chief. Portia Simpson was our greatest mourner-in-chief. She make it known to people that me there, me a Prime Minister. If you want to come sit down and ask what me nice designer dress and ball and snook your nose, me good with that. Why would that be an issue for you? Here's a theory. It's an issue for you because you are one of those Mercat who colored Bolt and encouraged him to start talking about his money, which nobody is responsible for except him. And him investing money. Nobody, the government, he never consulted the government people. He never asked us all this something about how him investing money in this company. He did not call any member of the government and say, we have 10 million US more investing. Where should I do it? So about the government listening to him and the money. That was a decision taken by him as a young businessman. Well, I'm not a businessman. I run and I invest some money. Him and him thieving crew, because them thieving money are setting up for thieving money. But you, Bunting, just gave up the game. We suspected it. But no, your actions and your words and your body language don't tell us that you were the chief architect to have that discussion with Bolt, go out there, go talk up things about him money. You were, now we fully know it's you. Why? Why would you be on a political platform chiding the commander, the mourner-in-chief about him attending the funeral service of Usain Bolt's father, giving Usain Bolt status in our country. He's iconic. He's great. I mean, I feel so great towards him anymore for him go up with him excitement. But we still love him. We still think he's great for Jamaica. I will hope that him learn some lessons from some of the things that we told him and all of that and backing up. But they look like, and him need to share some of those things with Asafa. So we still do. Why is it a problem? Why is it an issue for you? Why? Because if it was meant to be a swipe, a joke, something to say, what is that man? You must have turned up people there and make a joke. Then it wouldn't be so detailed and so painful for you to turn and lean yourself into, to make the other people know, say, oh, you talk about it and lean yourself into. What was that? It's all of that. That shows that this was no normal thing for you. Why? After we got out Bolt lawyer right to and tell him to stop calling the man name on platform. Bolt lawyer right to who's a PMP. But he wrote to you guys and said, I'm gonna cut it out. Stop it. I'm gonna cut it out, man, because I'm gonna make social media a beat up with guys. So cut it out. But you went and you leaned into it. That the mourner in chief turned up at the icon's father's funeral. And you find that strange. So strange that you decide to go on a political platform and bring it up and make it an issue. That people have to now call you slumdog millionaire. Something not right, that's a Mercat. Something not right. You're melting down. You're desperate. The sound of your voice. Your lack of conviction in what you were saying. You just never sound yourself, Mercat. It is a clear. You're trying to find something that will hold. Something that will stick. You're looking for something. You're looking for something, but you lost the thing completely. And every time you open them out, you're looking for something. Now, this icon's father's funeral should not only have the Prime Minister, who's the mourner in chief. It should have the man who pretending to be a leader, who want to be Prime Minister. Him should have done it. You should have done it. The whole house should have done it. To back up the icon. I don't know, maybe if you miss the whole house in the break down bar, I don't know. But how should I go? And I couldn't go. And I couldn't go because when I have the thing all worked out, that Bolt must go out there and quarrel for money. And him and the lawyer meet, and the lawyer put it to him, and him say, all right, we must start talk about it. And then bam, we start talk about it too. And Bolt have to back the hell off, and the lawyer told him to shut up, and suddenly when they lost the plot again. And that is a problem, Mercat. You're whining and complaining. You weren't a whiny guy. You were not a whiny guy. So everything that you do and say no is as a result of the fact that you're falling apart. Where is Sapphire? Somebody link up Sapphire for me. Sapphire, do you have Bunty? Oh, you had him in the Senate, so you must have him number. Give him a call for me, Sapphire. Find him all right. Because we don't want nothing to him. But want election day for come and him get him ass boss. We don't want that boss want him get him ass boss. Because him whining. Now this is a man who got beaten in his seat by the wonderful Rhoda Crawford. We're going to talk about she a little bit. And after him get beat, him gone over to South Manchester now. And the whole thing now coming together. Him a whine about Mr. Holness being mourner in chief. And him over South Manchester walk up and a cook. Can you imagine that? The man who got the people of Central Manchester threw him out. And when he left millions of dollars there, unspent money when people suffer. The man left millions of dollars down there when people suffer. Millions. Thank God, Rhoda came and just got that and she do some work. And now, after the people of Central Manchester run him out, and him now have nowhere to go, he might try to him think about it. He thought about it for a little bit to see if him You know, could go challenge back road and get it back. And I know somebody must have said to him that won't work. So I decided I'm going to try and look over South Manchester. And for bunting, Peter Murcutt, slumdog millionaire bunting, to be over South Manchester, cooking, running boat. Seriously. The man a cook. Every winter, put on a pot. And I thought that this was Mark Golden thing to use food to catch poor people. I thought it was Mark's thing, you know. I could use some food and catch them. Just like how Leighton did say the party need somebody with money and the whole of them run over to get them 10 and 15,000 and hand over Norman man the party to them. Huh? You are whine, you are complain. Is you like the man now that mash down the house, take off the roof, take out the windows, kick off the door, you mash down the house and now your complaints are rain and wet you. Your complaints are rain and wet you, your whine and the complaints are rain and wet you, and you mash up the house. The PMP people will be reminded every day that is you mash up the PMP. It was your plan, you and Mark Golden together, that mash up the PMP. Mash it up, kick off the door, kick out the window, them take off the roof, and now rain a fall and all a get wet. And you complain. You couldn't go to Bolt's father's funeral. It's a sad thing in this country because in spite of everything, we operate in a two-party parliamentary system with the head of our government being, with the head of our country being the King of England, King Charles III. It's our monarchy, constitutional monarchy thing. And in spite of how we disagree, the fact that the leader of the other party, the chairman of the other party, the general secretary of the other party, the three main officers of the other party could not show up at Usain Bolt's father's funeral. The three main officers of the People's National Party could not show up at the funeral of Usain Bolt's father. Now that is where you call it ultimate disgrace. You can't show up because you could only show up if you can wear something good, which Angela know if you do. Talk something good, which the General Secretary don't know if you do. Be there and say something good. Mark Golden went put him foot in it, so none of them showed up. It's a disgrace, and the people of down Bolt's end should consider that. One not a vote. And should give some thought to that. The people down in the place them content in Trelawney, we need to give some thought to that one not a vote. The leader of the People's National Party did not show up. The chairman of the People's National Party did not show up. The general secretary of the People's National Party did not show up. The three main officers, the bigwigs, the top of the Harris there, did not show up. I only need to think about that and give that some thought when you're going to cast your vote. Those of you who come from down that ends and love Mr. Wesley and used to trust from him shop, and sometimes the trust are owe him for long and in a quarrel. And sometimes you trust him when you go for pay, him says all right and give you something else. Here we hear the stories. We talk to people. And you trust and you can't pay, but you don't have nothing for Sunday. You go and you explain to him and him give you still. You remember? I thought that I tell me Uno. Yeah. And Uno send the children to school and stop at Sir Wesley and him give you something and them come and what them gather the shop and them down the money and Sir Wesley give them juice and we need to consider that when you go to cast a vote. That ought to be a big thing for you. The 3 main officers of the People's National Party did not show up. How you vote, that should be considered in how you vote. That should be a thing. None of them couldn't show up. None of them busy. None of them couldn't make the time for it. It's not that, they drive far. No, that's not it. For one, Bolt never did what they asked him to do. Go up there and quarrel about him money and tell people that the government thief him money. Bolt had to run go back in. Because I know that was a damn lie. And nobody was going to sit out here and make him tell that damn lie and get away with it. So Bolt never couldn't carry through that plan for them. So that, firstly, vexed them. The second thing is, Mark Golding don't want to be in the same room with Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness look shiny and pretty and snappy. Suit them look nice and everything fitting good for him and him look happy. Mark is a sour puss, him look unhappy and groping and griping all the time. Him look, under stress. So he don't want to be there. Angela don't want to show up nowhere because she already conceded in herself that she don't have no clothes that look good. So she don't show up nowhere. Because she don't have nothing that look good from Venetia left. She don't have nothing that look good. And she not nobody to say to her, try this look kind of goodish. So she's afraid to go out in public. I mean, do something like that. Yeah? So she not go. Late not going. Because him is a pig, and to go him have to put on one new shirt and lipstick, and God knows what will come out of his mouth. And him couldn't go because the mud not down there, and pig love milk, pigs love mud. And the mud wouldn't let us, so him couldn't go. They would have feel out of place. Now, PNP voters were calling me and I said, boy, Karen, yeah, tell us, so we are say, well, if you don't like the PNP candidate for vote for the JP, yes! Yes, and that I tell you, every time I ask that, I tell you, yes. If you're not pleased with the PNP candidate, if you believe him winning when give Mark Prime Minister, you don't want that, don't vote for him. Yes. But think about this now. Here's the other thing now, me I tell you now. Can you not, can nobody text and call tomorrow, me I beg you to do. I want to finish the washing and, clean the kitchen and stuff like that. Just hold on on it till about Thursday, Friday. Could discuss it Thursday, Friday. But here's the other thing I'm adding to that list as to why you shouldn't vote for them. Them can't show up nowhere. Don't tell me. Your leaders can't show up anywhere except in our PNP meeting, and they're going to tour St. Mary, and they're going to go our place, and they're going to keep one meeting down there. So what's the point? Them can't show up nowhere. The rest of the country don't like them. Nobody don't like them. Nobody don't want to see them. Them don't look good. Them look unhappy. Them look miserable. Every time they show up someplace, the place get dark. So that's another reason for you to consider. That's all I'm saying to you. So there's that. So we know, Mercat, that's why you're melting down. Now, I don't know. I don't interfere in the Jamaica Labour Party in what they do. But if Peter Mercat, slumlord, slumdog, bunting, have to be cooking all over the damn place in South Manchester and running boats and food to catch people, if you have to be doing that, then clearly there might be some indication that people don't ready for him. People don't want him down there. The trick to that is, not a trick, but the JLP candidate came with a bang. And it seemed that he has petered out and sit down somewhere. Because we never venture much into South. It's a tip. We're going to go south, but we're not ready yet. Or what the people from, that's the thing about a parish. Most people don't look at it as a constituency. Most people look at it, me know my boy, the man from Dongso. And Dongso happens to be South, Manchester. And who saying that them know, them man from Dongso live up some, which is Central or Northwest Manchester. But them know, man, just like how the man them up in the Eastern Westmoreland know what going over West and Central. It's one big family. You know? Brother-in-law, sister-in-law, man married to my auntie, and my auntie have 2 cousins down there, and that kind of thing. And Mr. Chang, the JLP General Secretary, who is a real General Secretary. We used to have General Secretaries like that, you know? Maxine and Wilson, Burchell, White, man. We used to have General Secretaries like that than PMP. Boy, gone to the dogs. Like if the dogs don't want to be that, like if the dogs don't want the PMP anymore, there's a dog in our shirt lately. But Mr. Hives, we don't have no concrete evidence and no concrete information yet, but there's some level of warning from Mr. Hives. And maybe Mr. Chang need to take a look at that and, you know, step back on that a little bit. And it looks like we kind of gone over into the resistance tour a little bit. So we might as well just continue. Then there is the thing that bothers me about Bunting cooking everywhere I'm going to South Manchester is that it is uncharacteristic of him. Him is not the type of person who go tell people put on a pot. Me I come up, my man, go and cook some food. We send some things and Mario inside the carry things and we cook. Several places in my cook. It's uncharacteristic of him. It's not his character to do that. Him not like them kind of scene them. Man don't like got money for ordinary people, you know. No man, them man don't like going to community. Well, like Peter and Portia, you know. Portia used to always have money for her. Portia not go walk around in a community and not have money for her. To squeeze somebody something and pass somebody something. Neither with Peter. You know? PJ never do it himself, but him having people then. You know? Mark now give nobody no money, because now have none of him, now spend none for himself, him now give nobody nothing. Now forget the hurricane and go walk up and down doing like him a survey the damage of hurricane like my insurance agent. Wasn't giving a soul a thing. Nothing. When I'm a comrade out of Eastern or Western St. Thomas, it called me. I said, the man can walk up and down, was carrying him, bring one bag. I said, I mean, I bring one bag. You don't know a man who kind of like what you used to bring. But that was food for the poor we used to bring. Yeah, I can't buy to bring that. Miss carrying the man, they bring 1 pound of sugar. He might walk up and down a survey damage. He might ask somebody, point somebody towards 2 zinc, 2 sheet of zinc. When they call him insurance agent, they're down there. So Chang need to take a check. And I was saying more about South Manchester about that, but Mr. Chang need to take a look at the candidates and what I'm doing and all of that. Because if Murcat have to be cooking to use the oldest trick in political trickery, no, I don't even know if that is right, what I just said, or I said. But to use that, to use food to catch black people. I mean, black people, we need to check it out. Now, I have had the privilege and the pleasure to talk to Rhoda Moy Crawford. And that came about as an impressive young woman. I very much like Rhoda. Always have. From the moment she beat Badman Mountain, I like Rhoda. And that's how you hear her on the platform, I like her. You know? And Rhoda is a member of Parliament of Central Manchester. And she's the one who beat Badman Mountain and sent him I'm yard. And basically wreck him life. She ruined him. He's totally ruined from that one loss. No matter how him try to put it on and change him shirt and chat foolishness. He's ruined. I mean, that will totally ruin him, man. Badly. Damage him, damage. The signs are just starting to show, but he was damaged. And so we went into Kendall. And as I said to you, Kendall is the place where I can tell you, I learned so many things that day, not funny. Michelle can tell you, Princess can tell you. We were just soaking it up, eating it up, drinking it up. It was an amazing discussion with some amazing people. I've never met people like these when I've traveled Jamaica. I've done this 100 times. I mean, when a young woman, I say, so what do you do? Oh, me, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. Some of you have the face yourself ask, so what are you entrepreneuring? Sit by yourself. It was great. It was great. Try now. Boy, try. Troy reminds me of Stephen Hawkins in some respects. And the young fellas have so much respect for Troy. And I'm not going into what we talk about, you know. Not all of it. Just so many things. The young fellas believe that there's nothing we could tell them. They already knew. And we have not been anywhere where we have to tell some people some things. Because that's part of the reason for going out. To tell people that Mark Golding is a British white man and is a British agent. To tell people that him carrying passport and never get a Jamaican passport until in their 40s. To tell people that while he was a minister of government, him still have him British passport and renew it. To tell people about PMP, tell people about his role in FINSAC. Part of our tour is to tell people that. And lots more. As you can imagine, Princess have a lot of things to tell people. And Michelle, them have their ways. But part of the thing is to tell them stuff. These guys, oh, we never have to tell them nothing. They knew. They knew. Why? Hear me, big lady. Hear me, I said to you, big lady. You hear me? People can't vote for a man where no have a Jamaican passport, and you can't have a prime minister where is a British man where I go, we don't know who we gonna represent. Oh Jesus, man, God damn it, man. Did we talk about that? We never tell them that. And never tell me. That not gonna work. That no sound right. Boy, we don't know. Boy, we don't know here because if you like him keep a meeting and some other man come talk to him and say, do this for we don't know if we do it for them or we're gonna do it for me. We don't trust that. The man them is that them identify themselves as GLP or PMP. One youth, same mother is a PMP. Actually, the three of them say the mother are PMP. But two of them have voted GLP. Two of them voted for Rhoda. The next one himself never vote. And yes, all them mother are PMP. Damn it, yeah. One of them mother is a police officer as well too. And Chano. But all right. I'm just say if I can tell you the conversation. So the man said, I will buy a drink and we talk about this. So all the thing now him say him give up the British citizenship. Then try jump in. But you know my sister, let me tell you something, you see. You see that give up British citizenship thing? Not gonna work. You can't just give up that so. And the winner is not we. We never get the opportunity to tell them that like how we used to enjoy telling people. We just sit down. I just sit down. Michelle me left my tea, so me drinking water and Lucozade. To quench that kind of addiction to the tea. giving up in British citizenship. Plus, we never see no evidence of that. There's some evidence somewhere that you can point us to. We can get the evidence of that. Listen to me, Marky G. You have no idea what's going on in this country, no, man. You have no idea. People are on to Uno. No. All right. Rhoda is now the MP. When Peter Bunting was the MP, and here you guys know him, yeah, he used to pass through the place and check somebody, the elders, them, the big political people, them pass through and check them people that what. Them deal with me and we deal with them, and so yeah. So never do not that angel. No, not that we can pinpoint, that we can see. Them man they kind of cocky, them man they think themselves better than I and I, Yeah. Them man they have a thing about themselves, that them have money and we have none, and we ended up at the same level and all of it. Them hate your guts, Mercat. They do. Talk to you with such impunity, them. They know you, them Antuno. Like all young people that we have met since we've been doing this from 2022. Some of them have problems with the police. And the guys in Kendall do have the problem with them police in Kendall. Them problem, Mr. Chan, is the police in Mandeville who stereotype them and stereotype them identify them in a particular way and then treat them that way because they don't know them. And police sometimes tend to them say 5-6 youth gather, and we got that complaint several places, including in South Manchester when we went down to that end outside of Porus there. And the young man was saying that them try to form a little group where they meet and talk about community, and police pass and see where them get and just stop and search everybody and tell everybody to come to a station and carry everybody. So there is that. There has to be some better policing in terms of identifying young people, either when them a plan crime or when them sit on a plan for them community. And that kind of police-community relationship needs to be improved. Because the young people, the young men, them in Kendall that we talk to, them not a criminal, me no criminal. Them are a gunman. Them man they look like them probably see gun from afar. But them know what it is that them surrounded with. And then the police, them particularly the ones that come from Mandeville and come to them community, come stereotype them and identify them. Them now have on a shirt, them have smoke a spliff and want to juke them down and take up all kind of liberty of them. They want some protection from that. And I'm telling you that those youths, I'm not speaking specifically to the youths in Kendall, but youths across the country who have that natural thing where them just gather and talk about things and smoke a spliff and probably drink something, them shouldn't be afraid for the police to stop. Them shouldn't be concerned about it. So the police must be able to identify the criminals and those who are plot something from those who just gather. Do them have on a shirt, don't stereotype them, man. Don't gaslight them and either about what them look like and how them here look and if them have a tattoo. Don't do that. You need better kind of policing in that respect, Mr. Chang, for the police to understand that they are a youth. But go wearing pants down the sun, him underpants up all the way up to his neck. And them a whole of vibes and him have on a shirt and that doesn't necessarily mean by criminal, but you have to check it out. But don't check it out that way to frighten them and to harass them and to make them feel like them is not a part of this thing and to make it look like the system working against them. So that has to be addressed. And Mr. Chang have to address that, and so does Rhoda. Now 20 youth them say them want to go for a farm work. They want a farm work thing. So I said to them, say, so never apply for the farm work yet, don't so no want go. Because all of us, and this is me saying to them, Only just sit on one side and chat up for the mouth and cuss the politicians and blame everybody for everything and talk about what we want to and what we never get. Have you ever tried? So you always get them with that. Have you ever tried? Don't tell me. Don't tell me that I just them friend them a help her. The people them when them know them a help her. The body now help her. Have you ever tried? Have you ever asked? And it works every time. Because those who look like that, very few of them ever asked and ever tried. So we'll link them up with Miss Rhoda. And the member of parliament is walking them through that. Going above and beyond to help those two young men who want a chance at the farm work thing. Of course, I tell the little one, say, look puny to me if you're going to be a farmer. Man, him look wishy-washy. Laugh, but him small. So, just to prepare just in case him get through it. And but them and them MP, Miss Rhoda talk now, and she line them up and tell them where them to go. And they went to Rada yesterday to go deal with that part of the thing. They called me, and then them go down to Miss Rhoda's office today. I think I will hear from them about that, maybe tomorrow. And I have been having conversation with Member of Parliament Rhoda Moy Crawford regarding those young men. Now, on the other side of Kendall is Michael Phillips. And there is this big empty place that used to have a basic school that some family or some man have 99-year lease on, including the lots where the young fella have them look a business, them shop, because the young fella have a shop. It's film shop, and there was some other shop. That land, the entire piece of land have a 99-year lease by one man who running a garage. And the place over there with the basic school is that empty. And the youth them have whole heap of ideas as to how that can help. Whole heap of ideas of how that can help the community, including my girl from the yam factory. Why am I telling them people there? Them people behave like them. You say all I know went to Harvard and want to go to university, all with church people like Damien Crawford all out. We can't chat to them youth here. None of we can't chat to them youth here. Not one of them can't talk to them youth here down at Kendall. Them youth up down at Kendall, what's your name? Nika, down at Yam Factory. Nika and Troy talking about this place. Michelle, if you're waiting, can't say nothing, so you have to text me or something. I want to, if you remember the name of the place, that there's a basic school. It's not a basic school anymore because the basic school closed down because there were some health issues and sanitary issues of children. But the basic school not needed because it's no more than 15 children that was there, and all of them now gone to different basic school. But the youth, them, Troy in particular, who's the professor, they have plans as to how that place could be utilized for the benefit of the community and to help them with small businesses and stuff. But I don't know if Michael Phillips interested in something like that, because going out and looking throughout the whole of Northwest Manchester, I don't think the people of Northwest Manchester should re-elect Michael Phillips. I don't believe that they should. And it's not because of my meet cute with Damien Young. It's not because of that. I mean, that helped, but it's not because of that. Michelle, could you please tell me what the basic school place, the thing name again? That where that basic school is. Now that side is Michael Phillips. And we're saying it now on this live so that, because I'm not holding a conversation with him because him not the charm of his father. Him is a sour puss, and I don't know how people talk to them man there. But the youth them want that place. It's a 99-year lease by one set of man, but it is owned by the government. And something can be done to give the youth them the place. Now, going through Manchester, and I already did the video. I told you what happened with us and the meet cute with Damien Young. Nice fellow. Damien Young is a very, very nice fellow. Now, when I see Damien Young's operation, and I see the whole of young women around him. When I have a young woman around a candidate, it's a good sign. It's a sign that you're in good shape. Lloyd French Early Childhood Institute. If anybody can pass that on to Michael Phillips, you need to go because if him can talk to the youth them and help the youth them get this part. Oh, you go look no vote, can I go get them vote? Go look for the place and give the community to find a way to help the community get control of that place or some part of it for them to do something that's going to help them or help the community. Go do it. Because you have done nothing there. You're a 2-term or 3-term MP and you've done nothing there. Nothing. Zero. One problem that the young fellas brought up to us was that they're tired of CMO politics. And I want Rhoda Crawford listen to me very carefully about this. I know this is not the only, these are not the only young people who tired of it. People tired of the same old politics where you change a candidate or you change a MP and then come with the same damn thing and nothing now get achieved. Nothing. Some man did it for 8 years, 10 years. And when him come, him say him coming to do that. And him coming to change that. And as soon as I give him the vote and him settle down, it is the same damn thing. Where youth have to be struggling and believe that certain people get what you call it, farm work ticket, and believe that only certain people have access to the member of parliament, and only certain people get help, and only certain people can talk to them, and when them come, they'll come with only certain people and visit. The same CMO. Let me tell you, see, I want you to listen to me carefully, you know, because the politics in this country, in the entire world, it's changing. It's changing so rapidly, we can't even keep up. Every day something new. See them down at Cayman Islands, we don't know if they'll be able to form a government yet. I don't know if they form a government yet. I haven't checked that out yet. But I imagine in my mind that for them to form a government, there's going to be a word for horse trading. And some of that horse trading is going to include personal issues. A man when someone have a giant car, you did put a platform, I call me this, and you did say that about me, and you did sleep with my wife, or who you? Yeah, what the girl didn't want, and you been a chat to you because you horse trading I go on to establish a government. Because the people of Cayman Islands decide, say, and this never do. Chaotic, disorganized, they're not upon no level, nobody on one accord. There's no one accord with 20 people and one place with 10. Oh no, 30 people upon different accord. Different accord is a different kind of politics. I don't know who do this poll. I put it out because I never read it thoroughly through, but I get it in my inbox because of the groups that I'm involved in, the political groups in the States. But there's this new poll out that says that since the November 2024 elections, Trump have lost 5% of his voters. 5% of his voters. So therefore, 95% of Trump voters is still with Trump. Listen to me now. I want you to hear me out. There's no difference with voters across the world. None. Voters are the same everywhere. The issues might be different, but it's the same. Kamala Harris, 85% of her voters are still with her. So you ask yourself the question, where is Trump? 5. And I wouldn't put Trump at 5 as I was telling one of the guy when I respond to the thing in the box. I said to him, I don't think Trump have lost 5% of his votes. Trump voters are there to stay, them not going away. They are uneducated people mostly. They live in swamplands. I don't mean no disrespect to swampland people. They live in trailer parks. They graduate, most of them barely graduate from high school. And out of high school, get married, have 6 people, dip on welfare, them good. Trump can do no wrong for them. They will always be there. 96, 97% of them will be there. Trump won the election by 1.5%. 85% of Kamala Harris voters still with her, with the next 15 gone. But the thing that struck me about that poll is this. This is what struck me. 2% of the people who voted for Trump, of all the people that voted for Trump, 2% says they regret their vote. Trump voters don't regret their vote. Trump voters never regret their vote. Them I say, them steady, them now move. Them are racists. Them are evangelicals. Them live down a swamp country. Them dons. Them whatever. Now big belly smell bad people. Them love tailgating and barbecuing and go shoot duck and all of that. Them not gonna win. Why? Trump represent them. Him say what they want him to say. Him do what they want him to do. No matter how the world burn out. And everybody think that Trump doing terrible. They don't believe that. They don't believe that at all. All right, comments and friends and those, please share it. All right, that's you. But I need the place. I need the name of the place. I need the name of the place, Michelle. Tell me. Yeah. All right, remember to share it, share the live and give us a like, give us some thumbs up. Now, please share, give us a thumbs up while you watch. Thank you for being here. Trump voters happy with him. Them love the Nazi salute, them wear the Nazi clothes. Them they like nothing too black, them they like nothing too brown. Them don't want an immigrant down, and them not with no we're good. Them slabby, them smell bad. Trump himself used to say them smell bad. But them good. And of all the people that voted for Trump, 2% regret their votes. 2%. 2% regret their vote. And I'm thinking about it. Trump won by 1.5%. 0.5% more. Add to that 1.5%. Make it 2%. So they regret them vote. Who are these people? Who are these people? Let's assume, say the 15% from Kamala Harris, don't really gone, but them now weighing on the poll thing, which is what I believe, and some of the higher learning people in the group agree with me. Who are these 2%? These are the 2% who thought for some reason that Trump never did somebody in 2016, you know. Between 2016 and 2020, boy, I know there's somebody now. So all when they talk about and what him say I'm gonna do, and all what him say I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna burn down the place, I'm gonna burn down the world, he's not gonna do that. No, he's not gonna do that because he been saying in 2016 too, and he never do it. So we not vote for that black woman and we are give to him. And then that. The Arab Americans them who they lose their minds, who said that, you know, why they believe that Trump can negotiate with Netanyahu when things will be better for the Palestinians. So we're not give a black woman. But then that is the 2%. That is the 2%. Here's why I bring that up to you. All of you who running for office, and particularly Mr. Hollis and him team. Not Mr. Hollis and him team. Particular Jamaican people. Particular the voters in Manchester. All of Manchester. Here's why that's important to you. And why I'm bringing it up to you. That 2%, for some strange reason, known to only them, thought that him not gonna do all of that we must say. All them things we must say, him not gonna do it. Him not gonna deport nobody, him not gonna lock up nobody, him not gonna say transgender people can't become no one. Him not gonna make it illegal for a guy who become a girl to play in a girl sport, or a girl who became a guy to play in a guy sport. If not gonna do it, man, we don't have to worry about that. Because that 2% include liberals, independents, and some forward-thinking Republicans, but mostly liberal and independents. There's a surprising number in that 2%, and that is that Latinos and black people. Black people and Latinos, particularly black people, who say, why didn't I vote for the black sister, you know? That Trump never worked out so badly between 2016 and 2020. So, we don't think we're all the excitement when they make up. That is why Trump was telling them everything we're going to do, you know. Trump never hide whatever, you know. Tell them plain and simple. But this is the decision they took. And this is what they got. And why am I telling you? I'm telling you because sometimes you feel that you're tired of a man there, and a man that not deliver for you, and you're going to change us. Sometimes in midstream. And this is what you do. In some areas, that might work. In others, that might not work. In central Manchester, you need to stick with Rhoda Crawford. And Rhoda need to understand that there is only one rule in politics. And I'm saying this to Rhoda, and I'm saying this to my meet cute guy, Damien Young. We're going to link up for lunch, I promise. There's only one rule in politics. And that one rule is there are no rules. Politics is a game of chance. It's a game of making the impossible possible. But it's also very, very personal. Very personal. And both Damien Young and Rhoda Crawford, Damien Young need to light some fire on Michael Phillips. Light some fire underneath him. Him sit down there for how much years serving as member of parliament. Serving? I don't know. Don't look that way to me. Don't look that way to me. That's what people have thought problems. CMO, CMO. For all these years. Nothing for the people. And if they're not prepared to go here, go bring war to them doorstep. And I don't mean war, please, no. No physical, nothing, no. No violent, nothing. But Rhoda, as a young woman, very articulate, must understand that when she talks to voters to convince them to give her a second term, she has a responsibility to remind voters who her opponent is. And don't hesitate to tell them. Because I don't remember who said this, but when you fail to tell people who you are, when you fail to tell the world who you are, the world will tell others who you are. But Donovan Mitchell, everybody know about him. I mean, I couldn't imagine for the life of me. I couldn't imagine. And I won't say nothing about Paul McKinnon because I'm not going to vote for him. Not voting for him. But I couldn't imagine for the life of me to be voting for a man or a candidate in a constituency that he has been very, very involved in. Mayor, councillor, other positions in his party in the parish. 700 baby mother with 15 million picnic all over the damn country. That's an example. That's who you want to be an MP? Road up in no shadow. Because I want to know that this is not me broadcasting on my channel, right? This is the new channel we use in MetaViews. Go over there, like the video, share it, and give a thumbs up, all right? And be interactive in the thing. I hope everybody good. Everybody good? All right. Michelle, I need the name of the thing. That while we are sending me, really add up to what I want. You know, give me to yet. You know, give it to me yet. And I don't like when I ask for something. You don't give it to me. Rhoda can't itch. Because people have to know who they're going to vote for. And people have to know who the people are that they're voting for. Or those who come into you to ask you to vote for them. Why would I want to vote for a man? With 700 picnic all over the damn place that him now mine. And 600 baby mother all over the damn place from one to the next. And you want to be my member of parliament because so like King Charles III Parliament? You're damn mad. You need to point out those things. You have to point out the personal flaws of some of these people. Point them out to the voters. Because the voters, them tough-headed and don't want to listen. I love to say, and you know something, never know. That's why we make sure so that them don't say that. We have make sure them know who Mark Golding is. Because we don't want them at the end of the day talk about them never know. And about never tell them. Remember to like the thing and share it, please. You have to define them. Define them. Tell the people who they are. Because you don't know. You don't know the stories. Tell it. Now, you're not attacking them, you know. You're telling the stories. You're differentiating yourself from them. You don't attack nobody. Damian Young don't need to attack Michael Phillips. He need to draw contrast. He need to make the case in every way, covering every aspect of Michael Phillips. The PNP people, some PNP people in Northwest Manchester, I don't know what he has done. What the hell could he have done to incur the wrath of these people? Huh? And when you incur the wrath, you don't deserve people vote. So you have to do that. People love Rhoda down at Central Manchester. People love Rhoda. Even people in the North. They like the idea of a young woman. They like that idea. They do. That don't mean that you're going to win on that. You have to champion. And you have to define her opponent. He is not an unknown commodity. He is a known commodity. She need to remind people of who he is. I have at least 3 ex mother-in-law in Manchester who knows him. And I'm a PNP and I'm not going to vote for him. Just by his own behavior. Living. Example. So Rhoda have to go define it. Which is why Mr. Chang the JLP need to look into the South Manchester thing, because if the candidate can't define Mercat slumdog millionaire, then I don't know how that may work out for them. So they need to look into those things. It's not hard. People deserve the best representation that they can get. People deserve representation that live up to their ideals as representatives. People always want their representative. Listen to me. I grew up I came to Jews when I was 9 years old. And I can tell you this without a shadow of a doubt. People want their leaders to live differently from them. Yes, them want to be one of them, but they don't mean it that way there. They don't mean that way. They don't want a leader who live in a lesser house than them, or a leader with lesser qualities than them. People don't want a body where leader was duncer than them. People don't want a body to lead them where can live better than them in terms of their own personal lives and children and family. People don't want them kind of people to lead them. People want leaders. I would know them not perfect, but there must be just a little touch, above, if you want to lead me. Yeah, that's how it is. We can't speak the same thing for the American people, but they have their own ideas as to what that is. But certainly in Jamaica, people want them leaders to be different. Trust me on that. They might even hate you for it, and chat you for it, and don't like you for it, and must liberty for you for it. But they do want you to be just a top different, just a little bit different from them. I'm not going to use the word better, but just a little thought different. And therefore, part of the thing is, pardon me, really wet me, not want to mess up me, but wet me up. Part of the thing is to make sure that you know the people you're planning to elect. And the people must know who those people are. So when you go to people and you say, my name is Karen Cecilia, and Rhoda, go to the people and say, my name is Rhoda Moy Crawford. I've been a member of parliament for the last 4.5+ years, and asked you to re-elect me. And I want to share some things with you. Why I'm asking you to re-elect me. Yeah? I should be a member of parliament. I'd be a genius at it. I'd sure know how. But that's just it. If the candidates that are running for the PMP can't tell people what the plans are and how they're going to achieve those plans, and they can't redefine their opponent who's a sitting member of parliament, and they're not going to win crap. And we know that they're not going to win crap. One of the reasons why Bunting and Leighton and all the rest of them out there whining and whinging and griping and complaining and making them twisting themselves up in all this different kind of pretzel shape to explain something that is not funny, or to explain something that has no bearing on what is it that I'm supposed to be doing or saying. One of the reasons for that is because them can't explain what they're going to do. Them can't present to the people what they're going to do. And one of the things that I'm going to start looking at each time I come live is to talk about one thing that Mark Golding says he's going to do. And tonight, I'm going to look at that one thing that I want to tell you about. The first thing that I want to look at, the only thing I'm going to look at tonight. Mark Golding says that he is going to put an end to the contract system. Contract system. And let me tell you what that is. The contract system is like the unions can't get into places like Booth Stewart, Adam Stewart Hotel there. The unions have never been able to get through to them things there. All of them workers are work on contract, and they are at the mercy of their employers. They are at the mercy of their employers. And I'm not a big union supporter. I am not. I think unions are mostly counterproductive. I think them divisive. I think them cause angst and anxiety among workers. I think it's just a rip-off organization. Take that for what it is. I've never been a supporter of unions. I always think that it is divisive and them promoting, them create this unity and divisiveness among workers, because that is how them live and that is how they make their money. But workers should be protected. And since the government now do it, that's why you have criminal organizations like unions pretending to represent people, but really causing more anxiety and stress on workers, because government failed to protect the workers. So unions have not been able to get into places like Sandals and many more hotel chains or places where workers work on a yearly contract. This year we renew it. Them not showing the NHT, them not showing the NIS, them not have no benefits, no nothing for health, nothing at all. No benefits. And Mark Golding says that he is going to destroy that system. He is. That's what I'm saying. Here's the thing about that. Why nobody out there can repeat it and go out there and say, we're going to do that. Mark Golding's biggest financial backers are Tankwell. The big nails over Tankwell. Can stop on my balcony and look over there. His biggest financial backers are Tankwell, which is a company that just hire people on contract. 1 year, 2-week vacation, without pay or with pay. I mean, I know some of them does. No health benefits. People dead regular over Tankwell from accident. Then bury them. They bury the family. But nothing. No health benefits. No NHT, no NIS contract. They tell them can't go pay them NHT. Them say them can't go do things. Contract work. How can we trust Mark Golding to dismantle the system if his biggest backers, financial backers, are the people who love this system because it's modern day slavery, part of them own heritage from where them coming from. Because all of them parents and poor parents owned slaves. So it's part of them continuation of enslaving black people to the contract system. Quite a few youths from over this side work at Tankwell. Quite a few. It's a dead-end job. So that job that come in the benefit, you're going to retire and get a pension. There's no such thing. You get hurt, them give you money, you go home. There's nothing. And government not protecting those contract workers. You think I trust Mark Golding to say that this is what to do? Him biggest financial backup? Him fellow brethren from slave owning days? Because them like to boast. So for them money come from slavery. So them have money like God. Because for them money come all the way from slavery. That's why Mark Golding, we can't find free money, you know. Free money from them days there. A big nail there. Run them a reverse slick operation, you know. Contract work, and hire people from the community. Somebody dead over there, they bury, take care of everything. But God help you. If you have 2 kids left after you get buried and them give parents have money. No pension. No, nothing. Not a thing if you get into and can't move again. Nothing. And that's what I'm at holding thing with my notes. And you see the hypocrisy of it all. Says a lie I tell. Him can't do it and him will not do it. Him will not do it and him can't do it. He probably would have wanted to do it if it was some whole black people that own them company there. But the black people own them company there. Them company owned by his fellow citizens of enslaved slave owners. For not enslaved, of slave owners. His fellow comrades coming from slave owning days who spend them entire time beating down other black people from having any kind of business that lapping over into theirs, threatening other black people business, but not providing the coverage for poor black people who work with them. Them can't go to talk about that. Them can't go to talk about that. And when Bunting talk about Mr. Oldest should have talked about board money at the funeral, maybe Mr. Oldest should have talked about the 40,000 small businesses from the FinSac deal. How about that? How about that? Board money when him invest by himself. But 40,000 small businesses that suffered through FinSac because of you, slumdog millionaire Bunting. You and your friend Mark Golding who wrote that law and take the people their money, kill the people their business. I know people are suffer from what they lost through that scam. Making all of that noise about that. When you're chatting about bold money and agreement it. Yeah, whatever, man. So, Mark Golding said he want to get rid of that. But him can't. It's a damn lie. Because that system is upheld by his fellow slave owning clan. They support him. And I want to end the live tonight. Is this the end? I don't think this is the end. But let me just have 2 more things. I have not done an extensive research yet on the formation of the Jewish state. But it is England and America that gave the Jews Israel, the land that belonged to Palestinians, that gave it to them to form the state of Israel without any kind of arrangement or agreement as to how the Palestinian people going to live. And I'm not anti-Semitic and I'm not against the Jewish people. They have a right to exist like everybody else. But as I said before, while there are many things that will prop up over the period leading up to whenever this election is called, there are just a few things to be concentrated on and not to lose sight of. And everybody better understand that. In addition to the candidates who have to deal with their individual opponents, everybody must understand that there are just a few things, just a few, and focus must be laid bare and concentrated on these few things. And so I ask you this question tonight. How could we possibly elect a Jewish white man to lead a Christian nation? Who can explain that to me? How could you think, could we formulate a thought in our mind that could say that maybe I could go down to Israel, you know, because Israel have elected women as leader, as prime minister before. I think so, yeah. I don't remember her name. And Israel is a very liberal kind of place in many respects. I'm a Christian woman. Would the Jewish people elect me to lead them? Would they? Of course not. Because Judaism is not just it's not a political party. Judaism is a religion, it's a movement, it's deep, it's historical, it's far. I've watched them. Are we, the Jamaican people, the candidates? Are you going to go out there and without being anti-Semitic or creating any kind of controversy, are you going to do what needs to be done and ask the voters? Are you comfortable with electing a Jewish white man? A Jewish white man to lead a largely Christian country? Are you? How? How do you plan? Matalan and Big Nail them and them? How do you reconcile that? The evangelicals, the Seventh-day Adventists, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Anglicans, the Catholics, the Poco Church, all away, everyone away. No matter how we choose to worship, whether we wrap our head, whether we wear yellow shirt and blue pants, whether we wear normal clothes, whether we passed off on a white gown, whether we passed off on a Chris Armani suit, whether we passed off on Versace dress, we are a Christian nation. Jamaica. There are few Muslims here, people that identify themselves as Muslims. But we are largely a Christian nation. How do you propose to take this largely Christian nation, some of the Christians who worshiping every damn day of the week, 3 times on Sundays, make nice ball, create seed, in a spirit fast. How many of you Christians in this country who call yourselves PNP, how much thought have you given to the fact that should you elect all of these people, that we are going to be faced, being led by a Jewish man in a Christian nation? How many of you have given thought to that at all? Till you come to the realization that, yeah, boy, you hear me? Any dog them put in the orange shirt, me I vote for him. And that dog in the orange shirt end up giving you a Jewish white man as your leader who never held a Jamaican passport until somebody forced him to. Who made it clear that he don't want to give up his British citizenship. Because of him, and him is British. Whom we can't trust to represent us because we don't know where his loyalties lie. So all over Jamaica, we're going to talk about Mark Golding, the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. That is not a title. Not a title at all. And you don't care. And that is what makes us so way at the back of the line of progress, black people. That's what push us back way at the back of the line, you know. Because who don't think about those things? And those of you who know and think about it, will not care. Why we just want to party the power? Why? Because it not help you. All of you will say, now we help you. When the white will benefit. Not at all. Not when benefit you. But you want your party the power, but not when benefit you. Certainly not. But you know. You say it. But have you given any thought to that? That this is a Jewish white man. That you want to elect to lead a largely Christian nation. Do some thought to that? Would you elect? Do you think the Jewish people in Israel would elect Mr. Olis, who's a Seventh-day Adventist, to lead them? Do you think that? Well, you need to think these things through. But the candidates must also know, particularly JLP candidates, that while we're talking economics and development and community development and education and policing and helping people, and please, help people, man. Nothing beat helping people. And just go walk around. Damian Young, I will come back to you briefly before I end this section. Damian Young. You ran in 20. You ran in 2016? I don't know. You ran in 2020. And in 2020, when you ran, Damian, you were unable to bring out the JLP voters from 2016. Hear me, Damian? Well, listen to me. These are things I could tell you when we were standing there enjoying our meat cute. You did not bring out the JLP voters from 2016 in 2020. Had you done that, you would have been the member of parliament. Michael Phillips would have lost by some nearly 200 votes. Had you brought out that number of people that the JP brought out in 2016, had you thought about it, and the more I think about it, is the more I realize that both political parties are so lacking in the psychology of voting, lacking, deeply lacking. The world changes and how circumstances can change voting pattern. So lacking that you don't get it. If somebody didn't come out to vote in 2016, chances are they didn't come out in 2020. They didn't come out in 16 and 20. Chances are they may not show up in 2025. Matter of fact, no may. Chances are they will not show up in 2025. And it will take something enormous, something inspirational or aspirational or heart-tugging or something big to get them to come. But in 2016, the voters that showed up for the JLP in Northwest Manchester had those people been targeted and organized and found, they would have showed up in 2020. But as the youth say, it's the same old, same old. They went and vote for you in 2016, you're not going to look for them in 2020. Just assume that when we come. Because you still don't understand how voting works and how the politics of voting works. Do I have to come here every night, every Tuesday, and tell you this? Or are you going to find your numbers? There's nothing special about none of you. No, not a single candidate on either side has a spectacular special candidate. None. Dear man, not special. Far from special. He think himself special because some people, they tell himself special. But he has never done anything special in his life. Ever. He has always gotten it easy. Them give me because he can chat. He's a rasta and him chat now. Never achieved nothing special at the university. Never achieved nothing special in the PMPYO. That was special. I was special in the PMPYO. Can tell you what we achieved. He has never been special. But some people tell him special. And as a result of that, them give him a seat. And because them tell him special, Portia went and Portia won that seat for him. And because him special, they made him a minister of government. And because him special, him do all kind of crap. And because him special, them clean him off and say you can't do this again. And them, because them tell him special, him fail again. And him going to fail again. Because he has never done anything special and he don't understand the politics of voting. It's a complete different thing from elections. Two different something. You're talking about elections and we're talking about voting. Think about it and you'll find out what I'm talking about. You're talking about elections, which is a process. You're talking about voting, which is a deliberate effort, not a process. Elections is a process. You can announce it, get the people there to come. Everybody go to a polling station, set up them desks and sit down and wait. That's the process. Now voting, that's a specialized, deliberate effort. And if every time you miss the mark, because you don't understand that is a deliberate effort that requires plan and thought and psychology and words. If you don't understand that, then you will always just be that part of a political process that requires some people coming out, come vote. And you kill up yourself and put up fancy office and you wow all kind of things. But I know you don't get the deliberate effort part. And you wonder why people not showing up to vote. Because you confusing the process with voting. And it's not the same thing. Not the same thing at all. So people like Michael Phillips take it for granted that the PMP people are going to show up for him. Nothing. Never did anything. Can't do anything. Never did a single thing. Make no mark. Have done nothing special. But for some strange reason, people must show up for him and tell him something special by voting for him again. That's the idiocy of our people. And that is the calamity of our politics. And so, Damian Young, who never understood that, couldn't bring out in 2020. And he sought some help and looked at it very carefully and see where those numbers are. He could have pulled it off. But it wasn't a part of what I do. Because he's mixing up voting with process. That's it, God. A young man told me in Northwest Manchester, this guy, me know about you, you know. Me know about you. Yeah, man, me know about you. We watch a thing. Not every day, but watch a thing sometime. And we talk about work, the man them watch a thing. We're up on the site and the man them watch a thing. We talk about your thing. Everything where I say, I truth and right. But me don't know. Me don't know how we forgot vote for nobody else. Me don't know if we forgot vote for nobody else. Because if me have vote, I'm Michael Phillips, I forgot vote for. So well, I'm not. So my argument to you is simple. I'm not telling you who to vote for. That is your choice. I want you to listen to me about something when you have a vote. I want to remind him, and tell me say my son. I just reminded him that the vote that he enjoys and the vote that he has is not his alone. It is now belonging to him and his 7-year-old son who don't know what that means yet. And so therefore, he must take his life and intertwine it with his 7-year-old son and make that vote for his 7-year-old son and not himself. You know, some of them I think about it that way, you know. Yeah. Yes, I feel future still me I think about, you know. Okay, we get you thinking now. Wonderful, isn't it? We got you thinking now. Here you go. Thinking going on now. Feel future we have vote for now. Thinking going on now. Candidates must hold conversations with voters. Stop a lick off fist and bum off. Yeah, man, you know, say, yeah, man, I'm a candidate, boy, you know. Boy, I'm going to vote for me, you know. I want to vote for me, man. You know, thing. Paul Buchanan came to my ice cream shop last week or the week before. So I'm saying, soon come talk to me about some wood or something. I sat there and watched him and listened to him. I said, but look at it, dear God. This is an educated man, a very educated man who don't know what I know. So I think that same old thing exists where you can come sit down and say, yeah, man, I come talk to you soon about, yeah, man, me and you soon will talk. That was when I was, you know, 20, 21, even up to 22. I don't work anymore. Conversations with people, let them understand that is the way to go. So the numbers as it stands, Damian, not in your favor. The numbers in Michael Phillips's favor because he has managed, as many has, to convince good people that me being your MP and do nothing for you for 2 terms is okay, you should give me a 3rd term. It's all right. It's all right that you don't see me. It's all right that you must see me down and say, it's all right that you asked me to do that one little thing down there that would benefit the 15 people in the community and I didn't do it. But give me a 3rd term. And you, the voters, seem to still think that because him is the dog in the orange shirt, you should go ahead and do that. And then the other man, which is now Damian Young, hearing that argument, consider himself to be an underdog and decide that he's now going to look for people and talk to them and convince people otherwise and use the arguments that he has at his disposal to convince people otherwise. Our people, our voters are getting more sophisticated. They are more in tune, but there are still those who believe that this here, this green shirt or this orange shirt is their birthright. And as such, they have a responsibility to exercise it in that direction without thought. Without thought. The young man said to me, say, I remember which one, maybe Michelle Princess, remember which one. I go vote for Miss Crawford, you know. Me know, I don't know her. I don't know her, no. I see her one time at some meeting, somewhere. And me hear she talk, I like how she talk. She like how she talk, you know. And plus she young and she vibrant. Those are not my words. Those are their words. I better go vote for her. I want him to vote for Rhoda, but I'm compelled to ask him this. Why is it that she's just young and compelling? There must be something else. Why? Why? You have to push and prod until you get them to think about it, to consider it. That is your sacred duty and responsibility, that whatever vote they cast, it must count as something. Can't be just a vote for a man because he wear a particular shirt, or a woman because she wear a particular color. It has to be considered something else. So here we go. And that's my picture stuck on the thing, so I figured maybe the thing tired now. I look ridiculous. By the way, I do believe that's it. For now, I think we can stop there. There is so much more. All right, remember, those of you still listening while my picture gets stuck, go to the channel, MetaViews channel, YouTube MetaViews, like the live and give it a thumbs up and send us a comment if you can. And so I'm going to Golda Meir. Golda Meir was the first woman elected as prime minister. I know that I was stuck. I know I was stuck for a while. Was the first woman prime minister of Israel. I'm glad that that stuck come off because it looked ridiculous. Yes, she was. Golda Meir was. But we're going to call it a night there. So there is so much more. But we're going to come back. I want to thank all the people who contributed to our last set of tours. You have no idea how your contribution have been well received and well used in the communities, because it's not just for us to go, but it's also for us to help in whatever way we can when we meet somebody who needs some simple little help. So I want to thank you all very much for going out again, and those of you who feel that you need to or you want to contribute, you are free to, and you know how to do that. We'll be going out again pretty soon. So of course. So that is it. All right. Here's what I'm going to do right now for exactly 4 minutes. All right. Michelle, if you I don't know the number. I don't know this number, I really don't know the number for this phone. I'm going to give you a number and make 2 people call. Let's see if 2 of you can call. But I don't know the number, so I'm going to look for the number and tell you. I am not a person with 2 phones. I don't like 2 phones. The number is 596. Take it down. 596 1733. 596 1733. I want to thank you all. Those of you on MetaViews, thank you all for watching too. And come back again. I'm going to be trying to come on. Oh, there's a thing in the making that I might be coming live on a Thursday too as well. So I'm looking into that, because unlike some people, my life is not taken up with this. There are 596 1733. Put that in the thing for me, Michelle, just in case somebody wants a call. I will take a call. 1. My life is not taken up with YouTubing. It is not. There are certain things that are very, very important to me, like my weekends, where I can get to watch my movies and read a book and don't take a call, post something on Facebook, yes, but I'm not that. I'm a domesticated woman. I like to clean up the place and look after the dogs and plants and, and I like solitude too sometimes. So I'm not that, but I wanted to try to be on maybe 2 more days of the week. All right. So I don't understand. There's this one person who said they want to call. There's a number. Call now. If you don't call in 20 seconds, I'm gone. So there we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. That's a Kim Kardashian calling me. I'm going to answer the phone. Hi, Kim. Oh, God, it's not Kim. Maybe she's at the, something. Hello? Good night. Good night. Oh, the Kim. Well, it's not Kim. Well, who else? Somebody that called and then decided I'm not calling again. So, well, that was you. I see. So you're the one who said you wanted to call. Anyway, now you have the number. Don't bother call me about it because that's not a good thing. But we will do this again. And next time you get to call and we can talk a little bit. All right? So thank you all so very much. Remember, go over to Meta Views and like the video and leave a comment and share it, please. And I'll see you next time. So thank you very much for joining me all. God bless you all. Stay safe. And please do keep the children safe. See you next time. I don't know.